Any particular reason you think they went for Grimstroke rather than the Snapfire?
10 seconds remaining.
Not that I can see, no.
5 seconds remaining.
They may have to do more with their upcoming lane partner, as you said. It could be IO Mars and then Grimstroke plus,
Yeah, there's nothing really that Grimstroke does well this game. Sure, it buffs the Storm, but the only single target ability is the pool from Storm.
Yeah, they have like no synergy. I'm guessing they just have something that they want to last pick that works well with it. But
Well,
they're
so the
comfortable.
thing Grimstroke can do is the Aghanim's versus Terrorblade is incredible.
True.
So
True.
that is maybe the main reason why they picked it.
yeah, you're right. It's gonna take him a while to get there, though. I don't know. Empire like running some pretty fast tempo right now with Ember pickup. Spirit Breaker and him are gonna be able to make a lot of plays happen on the map.
Yeah, the name of the game for Empire is make space for Terrorblade. That hero eats half the map, literally. So no one else really has that room to farm, so they're going to get their farm through skirmishing and getting kills and making space.
Yeah, it's the one hero that I feel like I hate so much seeing any team try and be defensive in the slightest around a TB. I just want 4 people to run at the enemy and like almost like damn near feeding, just go out there and do things because TB will just throw illusions everywhere and soak up all the farm on the map, like you said. They actually banned the Darkseer on the side of PuckChamp here, afraid of the lawnmower combination of Ion Shell plus Ember.
And the Lane Breaker Darkseer, right? That one used to be a lot more fun back when you didn't cap move speed, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
capped
yeah.
now, so.
All right, so what is a hero that can either go with
5
IO
seconds
or
remaining.
Grimstroke, and then is also good against TB?
Like
Rough
laning
Frost, bro.
partner. There's not going to be too much that they cover their bases a bit because the PL would be it's still playable, honestly.
Yeah, it's
They
just
could
an
play
Ember
PL.
Spirit, right?
Yeah,
It's
just
not too
Ember
bad.
right now. That is the hardest counter to Terrorblade carry to carry matchup.
Empire does get last pick, which is quite annoying for PuckChamp.
But yeah, so that I could see PL working. It could be fine. Outside of that,
10 seconds
they can go some
remaining.
route of an Ursa might be okay for a game like this. A
5
Sven.
seconds remaining.
None of these heroes traditionally are good versus TB 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
But if they kind of want a melee that gets in there with the Grimstroke spells, the IO buff, and I think at some point this Grim can carry the game.
Yeah.
And they just kind of need a frontline hero.
What do you think about Medusa?
Team pick.
Oh, they PA'd. Okay.
Yeah, PA is
That's
fine.
fine.
They need
Yeah.
some melee here that gets in there. Traditionally, most people say Terrorblade counters PA, but you got the IO and the Grimstroke at some point, like I said, with Illusion, it'll be enough to kill the Terrorblade.
Right. So like this TB needs time and space, and the 4 are gonna run at you.
10
So as long as
seconds
you
remaining.
beat the hell out of the 4 that's running at you, like you'll secure a pretty
5
significant lead.
seconds remaining.
All right, offlaner, pick up against PA Grim.
I saw Underlord being fairly popular.
Okay.
Same. Him and Centaur I've seen a lot of in Europe East.
Yeah, Underlord's great versus PA in lane. It's good for Storm. AoE. Tidehunter is out in the pool too. It could be good too.
I think PuckChamp were actually the team running under Lord Malik. Had it a couple of times on last pick. They picked into like Wraith Kings and stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to see Tide or Underlord for Empire here. Those sound pretty nice. Or they can just break her offlane too. I wouldn't hate that. And pick up
Yeah.
a stun. But what's left? There's no Disruptor. There's no Lion. I guess there's a Shadow Shaman.
Shadow Shaman.
They need some control, maybe, or some AoE team fight.
Yeah, I don't mind Underlord just for the ability to defend all their towers and give TB the map space he needs. But I feel like it's kind of a slow hero with something like Ember, Spirit Breaker.
Bloodseekers also counter to PA. Could be one as well. Horrible
Okay.
versus Storm IO, but Underlord looks the best to me. Tide looks okay. Bloodseeker in third.
All right. Final 5 seconds, and they are gonna go for the Underlord you suggested. So
It's a good pick. Great, good versus Storm, good versus PA.
that enough for you to feel like Empire won the draft here?
I think Empire. These drafts are fairly even.
Yeah.
I think this TB can carry the game as long as Grimstroke doesn't get his Ags super early. And I think the game will just change when Grim gets Ags. But until then, I do like what Empire has going for them this game.
Do you think, like, timing-wise, what do you think of a 5 Grimstroke? Because Ducalis is going to be playing it. Like, how quickly is he?
30 minutes
really,
probably.
Yeah, it's like it's going to be a bit
30.
for that Ags. Sheep, you feel the same? Pretty even draft?
Yeah, I feel like Empire have the ability to go and kill a lot of their heroes as well with Ember Spirit Breakers, so I think Grimstroke's going to have a really hard time getting to his item, at least, and then TB should just win the game.
Okay, well, maybe we're going to have an upset on our hands. Is last game, we actually preferred PuckChamp pretty heavily, and it was Empire who won Game 1. Is Empire able to close out the series? For that, we turn to Lyrical and Trent.
Yes, thank you very much. Game number 2 now. Will the upset continue, or will they be able to pull it back on Team PuckChamp? Trent, I gotta let you know, I tweeted out, PuckChamp are looking like the second best team in the world right before game number 1. So this is on me. That's the problem here.
Oh, nice. The Kyle effect. Excellent.
Yeah,
well
exactly.
done. Well done. Yeah, I also would say I prefer Empire's draft, but I gotta go back to the fact that PuckChamp just looked so good lately. So I'm gonna give him the faith. But we're in this time, no pause. You can actually watch some Dota. Don't worry, they're smoking out here across the map. And yeah, so what do I like about Empire's draft, though? I'll tell you one thing. I see Ember, who I think might be like the best hero in Dota still.
Right.
Hero's still insane. I see Bane, who's definitely the best support in Dota right now. I think TB's kind of sick. So honestly, I just really like all their heroes. I have a hard time going against them, unfortunately. I just feel like their draft looks like, oh, pick really good heroes and games tend to go well, you know?
Right. Well, and to be fair, though, there is one really, really good hero on PuckChamp's lineup, and that's going to be Astral on this IO. And this hero, and, you know, Cap was talking about the shard with it later on. There's parts of it that feel really, really nifty, but it does feel like it's going to be that, like, needing to have a higher execution than Empire do, potentially, to deal with this game. Like, they got to outplay him a little bit to some extent, at least. I was definitely agreeing too with what Fear and the rest of the panel was talking about with Darkseer. I thought it would have been a sick game for PuckChamp to get it.
I know you were hoping, but couldn't get there. It was yeah, it was looking good for everyone near the end of it there with the Ember and the Spirit Breakers. So
True.
had to be banned away. Poor old Darkseer. Still missing that guy. I haven't got to see one of his games yet.
The battle
But,
begins.
PuckChamp, to me, this game looks like it has a lot of peaks and valleys where they're just like, one item comes out and they feel really strong, like let's say the Blink Dagger on Mars. I'm going to be like, oh, nice. Like he might go Armlet Blink, for example, because he's got the IO in his lane, and that generally feels really good. And then in that moment, I'll be like, oh, they're so sick on PuckChamp right now. But then a lot of these peaks and valleys are very far spread out. Well, the peaks are, hence why the valleys exist. Like that Grimstroke Aghanims we heard the panel talk about. It's going to be great, but it's going to be a while.
True. And that timing is where Empire are going to look to try and put a lot of pressure on. I'm very curious to see how aggro they really want to try and go with this. And Underlord's kind of like a weird hero in that regard. It's a little bit of pressure up there by Malik onto Lightless for this Terrorblade. Going to be... need to watch out for that like spear combo, particularly onto Kaori, but Trading hits pretty well here. But I feel like the Underlord, it's like you've got this like crazy ability to sustain in lane. You're just spamming out the waves constantly, and you get into a couple of these pretty good items at a decent time. So I want to see what Ghostic decides to go for. If he wants to go for like, you know, an Atos route eventually, and then you can do like the Pit of Malice into Atos combo that's really annoying to deal with, or if he wants to just go like the tank up build, which right now is building into the Vanguard.
Yeah, I think that this should be a very different laning stage for TSA. I think he can actually look to rotate a lot more, just because he has the Underlord and not the OD. Should feel a lot more free to do charges across the map, or maybe even some like TP into charge to try and catch people off guard. That's what I would be hoping for from him. In terms of vision, though, they have warded a lot towards the mid lane for Young G, so any sort of a charge towards Spirit Breaker should be scouted out pretty easily, unless he goes for the smoke.
Yeah. And obviously, if he's missing for a while, there's some pretty good info that's given away with that as well. As down bottom, Kurlat just ate another bash as Ducalis was trying to spam out a little bit more with that Stroke of Fate. But you can see this is the effect of Ghostic that can just keep that Firestorm spam going through here. See if he manages to find the last hit onto this creep here or not.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping that Ducalis gets more space this game than a typical 5, which can happen when you have an Io, right? Like maybe Astro will be a little bit like sure, Io's good with farm, like with the Holy Lock and like trying to do a mech and stuff, but I really feel like that Agnums is just too good in this match for them.
Yeah, cue it up now. Just get to it,
Yeah.
Ducalis.
Just get going.
Let the team know where you need to go to. As you can see, again, down bottom, the constant pressure with that Firestorm, and PA should be able to farm without too much trouble going with the dagger route. Although Ghost Stick, when he gets high enough right-click damage, might just be able to deny out this PA. We'll see. 2 points already up in atrophy.
Too. Oh, got him.
Yeah.
Deny right in his face. Yeah, I think that's a valid concern for sure. I'm always impressed by the really good PA players. I feel like they make this dagger farming look really easy to the point where, like, when we talk about pro games, we say, like, oh, well, it's okay. PA will be able to farm because she's got dagger. And then if you try and do that in a pub or something, you're just like, oh, this isn't actually that easy, guys. This isn't the safest hero to just farm every safe lane with.
True enough. And particularly with the Spirit Breaker here, once you get a couple more of these levels up, maybe they start to try and get some aggro going. But we'll have to see. Storm, in the meantime, heads off, picks up the bounty rune, and gets back to tower in time.
They couldn't actually stop that pull there. Ducalis tried to grab the wave, but with the small Courser went over and grabbed the range creep anyway, so just a full-out deny there from TSA.
Damn.
Krylit's lane even sadder than it already was, and meanwhile...
Look at that.
He's dead. Yeah, but guys, we talked about the camp, so, you know.
It's true. The big important things here, Trent. Keeping the eyes on it. Kaori not even able to do anything to save there. Onto the Terrorblade. Just gets caught out. 2 points in the Spear and 1 in God's Rebuke, and it's more than enough for the finish.
Yeah, he just got rebuked into right clicks and a Spear. 144 damage Spear. You know, hurts pretty early with a TV that only has 620 max HP.
Yeah. No good. Can they break this one up now? Down bottom, Ducalis trying to play the interrupt game, and we'll be able to.
I think Lilas could probably change his tag to Mowgli pretty soon, because he's going to be heading to the jungle, I wager.
That's a fair one. Jump away there, Astro. Managed to get to the range creep before too much damage came in. And, yeah, and very back and forth one. PuckChamp again starting off a little bit ahead in terms of these laning stage. And definitely Young G up there in terms of the CS route. He's about 600 gold ahead of Shishui.
Yeah, look at the last hits, man. He's absolutely crushing this lane. I know we've been focused on the side lanes. I mean, mid, we just, honestly, we don't talk about that much because it's such a farm fest these days, and there's not a lot of rotations coming through in the earlier points, but between the neutrals and the lane creeps, he's absolutely dominating right now. Going back home to grab a ward, too, to keep up his aggression, but at the very least, Shui does have the 6 on the Ember, so he'll be all right now.
Down bottom, you can see Kryllat moves on in and was able to get a pretty good amount of damage out there with the Ink Swell combo, and now Stroke of Fate going to be back up again in a moment, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to go for any real aggressive play again on the Ghost Stick, who just gets the salve up and is fine and dandy.
Yeah, another game of unable to really find early kills for the Spirit Breaker. Kind of tough, I know. You think of like Spirit Breaker in the day, you always consider these rotations to be so important, but obviously Storm made it to 6, so that's pretty hard. And now going for that top rune, Nightmare already used.
Oh, and gets the arcane.
Oh, he did get it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Didn't see it. He clicked so fast.
Young G, run down now. Kaori, it's dropping down low. Doesn't pop the Fairy Fire. Ends up falling. So they find that finish, and
the stomp.
The stomp hits on everybody, and yeah, Ducalis, he's gonna drop. So good rotation. Sage makes the move for the kill.
It's a noble effort there.
Dire's
Charge on the Kryllat here. Should be quite a bit of damage. Probably not a kill.
Well, it does have a jump away. Nobody TPing in though, but it doesn't matter. Ghost Stick just gonna hang on to this area. Has the Vanguard done, and yeah, they're gonna bring back in Ducalis. Has the salve up, and Kryllat will be fine. So yeah,
they cannot pressure Ghost Stick at all. With that Vanguard, he has a ring of protection there too. Soul Ring will be coming soon enough. He's just gonna be planting himself in this lane.
Right. And, you know, if TSA keeps on getting these pulls off here, this is actually still pretty good for them. Ends up missing a couple of the creeps along the way, which is not so great. But this is a nice chunk of gold. And we saw how impactful this Spirit Breaker can be if given just a little bit of space like this.
Oh, don't worry, you guys missed it. The call lasted.
Okay, gotcha.
But he canceled the. This happens to me all the time when I play Spirit Breakers. I cancel the animation too early because it's so slow.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to be efficient.
Ends up getting punished. Yeah. Can't pop any ability to get out of there. Doesn't have bulldoze, and the silence comes, and Ducalis gives him a tip afterwards.
I mean, it was pretty funny. He's just sitting there trying to like kill the Phantom and maybe charge away, and Ghostic's like, "Dude, I got nothing, man. I got like, what do you want me to do? I don't have the pit yet. I can't be Lord of the Pit quite yet."
Meantime, you can see that over in the jungle, Astral on this IO, stacking up some camps, has triple on this large camp here, which might have gotten scouted right there by the TB illusion. Has thought about going in for the charge the whole way, but TSA cancels.
Yes, thankfully we have an IO not doing the Spirits this time. Spirit's nice for the stacking, for sure, but I much prefer my IOs to go for the Tether Overcharge build.
Mm-hmm.
That core IOs kind of ruin the Spirits, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Not good anymore. But taking that stack now, Young G, unfortunately, did get the regen runes stolen away by the Ember. So Shui taking away that extra bit of like farming that Young G could have done and probably turned into a kill, is still going to make this rotation top underneath the ward. And you can see Kaori immediately trying to run out of there, as there is a recognition that that will be a kill on the Bane if he's not careful.
It's a tough call, though, because it's like, yeah, I guess I back away, but this just means the tower's completely free just by Young G walking up here.
Right.
Which is a little bit frustrating. And Young G actually also finding all the neutral items. One left here, but he's just been clearing camps and getting those all set for his team.
Mid lane.
Sent
Dire's top tower.
They keep that pressure on too. So that's going to be like the attempted turn that they get, is like trying to make some pressure happen on the rest of the map. But losing that tier 1 tower definitely hurts.
At the same time, you can imagine Ghostic can just do the, same play bottom here. Just
Right.
taking out some camps. Can easily kill the waves very fast. And does anyone want to rotate down here? Like, can you even kill him? I really don't think you can. They don't really have that, like, support ulti. You think of having, like, a Witch Doctor or something?
Yeah.
That's like a free kill, but they just don't have that play.
Instead, it's definitely, though, the pressure being mounted back towards bottom. There's double action going on. A charge that's happening bottom. Ducalis trying to TP away. The Pit of Malice is down, and Young G will end up picking up that haste rune instead. So they run down Ducalis. Eventually, they'll find the finish onto this Grimstroke. And also a ton of damage onto that mid-tier 1.
It's pretty greedy to try to be down there and get anything out of that as a Grim. I'm not sure if he got much XP. Maybe he got something, but...
Right.
I mean, that comes back to the fact that he's trying to be a little bit richer, I think, this game. So he might take some riskier plays, but versus a Spirit Breaker, that's just a free kill.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, they moved out again with the Storm to try and find somebody, as Ghostic keeps this pressure on bottom tower, but also mid, they're going to have a catapult here. And, I mean, Malik is nearby, has the arena, thinking about putting some pressure here. But with Kaori nearby, I think that they can't kill this Ember. Like, a Nightmare save is just going to keep him alive.
No, they just straight up don't have the damage on their supports. The only way they get the kills is if they get like an Inkswell combo into it,
Right.
but it's just very difficult to execute. Whereas, like an Empire, they're going to have Charge and Fiend's Grip. It's like the dummy easy heroes to make stuff happen. All you need is that one first thing and someone's going to die, right?
Yeah.
And they don't have any saves to be concerned about other than a relocate, but hard to make those plays happen too often in the early game.
Krillat and Young G farming together as the movement comes from Kaori and SH trying to find Young G. Does not look like they're going to quite get there in time. And now if they fully commit into the triangle, that's how you lose a couple heroes. And so we'll back away and give up on the chase.
I think Ghostix game is the most interesting to me in this match, because right now he's unkillable, right? He's just an underlord that they can't kill without like 5 heroes. So like, what do you do with this? You know, how do you abuse that? Currently, he's farming up their jungle, which is great, as they're gonna jump onto TSA.
Yeah,
Not
this
gonna
guy's
be
mega
saved here
dead.
again. Yeah, that Phantom is great for covering the zones like that. Like if Ducalis has help, like he is just dead for sure.
Yeah.
But Ghostix going for this Rod of Atos, which is a great choice, because now he's gonna be able to actually try and like move around the map and help make some plays for his team. They just gotta get to that, and then I think they're ready for some fights.
Well, they might even be able to find one right now with Malik there. Oh, the relocate out, but he dies in Fountain. Pulled back rather to the tier 1.
Oh, I thought he had him. It was
No
so
such
close.
luck.
Little dead body just sitting on the other side of the river.
Meanwhile, Orchid reveal. Young G tries to jump. Will they find the kill, though? No, they won't. Astral is in trouble. Young G walks into the root.
Oh, the
Oh, it
bash!
hurts. It hurts so bad.
That was
They
awful.
find the kill.
Oh, that was even the ulti too. Oh man, that's your Orchid reveal too, as you said. Like that is, they needed that so bad, because again, they don't have anything. Like the only
No.
person who does stuff is Storm right now, because the Blink's being worked on by Malik. So, and Storm is enabled because he has the Ink Swell. That's sort of what you're opting for here. But if you're not hitting that connection, that's really bad news. And TSA, you're not gonna. He's gonna do it. Look at this guy.
He's just breaking the clarity. So
Letting her
annoying
know.
for the PA, yeah. And I mean, for Krillette, this is like, I mean, this is the quintessential PA problem, right? Like trying to
It
get
really
towards that
is.
Battle Fury, has the 2 damage items on the PA, and just like nothing.
Can I be Terrorblade? can I farm the whole game, guys?
Yeah, this is looking rough. Empire came to play in this game too, and now with
Alright.
Atos done, it's time to go.
If they kill Storm right here, it's the bad news, you know.
Yeah.
The real sad stuff. Grip's still down for 30 seconds, which they'll probably want before they get a little bit aggressive. Same thing with the Nether Strike, but a lot of pressure here on Astro for the relocate saves, and I think he's feeling it, judging by how he's playing.
Yeah.
Looking back into trees, watching a Storm hit a wave that's just a little bit too far from the tower, and even Tumbler toying back towards the tier 2. They are playing very scared right now in PuckChamp.
Well, and it's interesting, right? Because this definitely feels like the time when you want to get going and make stuff happen. But at the same time, you know, Lightless wants to keep farming on the Terrorblade. So you kind of have to make moves as like 4 or something. And Empire comfortable just chilling in spite of finishing like a couple of strong timings for themselves. Maybe wait for the BKB on SH, who is underneath a ward right now. Malik looking for the opening. They need to get the Phantom first.
Oh, his Blink's on the Courier. It's so close right now.
That was
even-
such a weird combo there.
I think he just knew that he was leaving. He couldn't wait for the Blink Dagger.
Right.
So he's like, I'm not going to make it in time. Or else he could have gone for like the Blink Spear into the Inkswell. But even then, it would have been kind of tough to burst him down if the Flame Guard's active.
I guess the Ember can respond to the Phantom's Embrace. Oh, they find Astral. That's a good one to start with. Oh, and the Atos! They got him! In trouble! Oh, the grip comes out, but they might be able to save in time with the IO. No, not gonna happen. Astral, not there.
Yeah, probably not. The cast time would have been too long. Well,
Jeez.
that's absolute best case scenario for Empire, getting a kill with the Atos onto the Storm. You know, on
Ember?
top though.
Now, this is round 2 of this one. Can they get him in time?
Oh, he did it! The illusion rune, dude! Bottle illusion rune. I'd be
that
so
hurts.
mad. All right, so things that take off
Jeez.
Phantom, right? Anything that makes you hidden or invulnerable, and Yules. Well, which Yules does. So
Radiant's bottom
gets the save thanks to the illusion rune.
That one hurts, man. That one really hurts. And now, Krallat's going to be hanging out here for a little bit.
attack.
So much root. So much lockdown. But PA does have Battle Fury done. And this is the time that Krallat needs. Meanwhile, jump forward.
Round
They find him
2.
again. No illusion rune this time, but they bring in a Spirit Breaker instead.
Please,
Ooh.
no.
Good break, good break. Leashed up and gonna fall. That was what they needed. Now TSA also in trouble, ends up hitting the dirt. PuckChamp. Much needed kills for them there.
Yeah, big answer back here. They're going to go head towards the mid, and now they don't really have that damage to counter this, right? So this tower should be theirs. Everyone's grouped up on PuckChamp. There's no threat here for Young G, and he can play a little bit aggressive. Knows that, like, even if he got, like, gripped or something right now, like, let's say it's back up, I don't think he dies.
Has fallen.
They need that
stick.
Ember and that Spirit Breaker.
Is under attack.
Good pit. Big pit. Big damage afterwards. Krlat wants to jump forward, find the kill onto this Bane. Malika's there as well, but no Arena. Still right-clicking through with Lightless. He manages to get the Sunder off. So much damage, but Ember comes in. Round 2, couple more punches. They blow up 1.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm not sure if it's good enough. Can they do anything else afterwards? 3 down. Malik tries to get out of there. Omelet toggles, but SH on the job. They find their man.
At least Storm zips to the river, goes to the TP out, but Sunder onto the IO really messed up the timing that you're looking for from Astral in terms of the relocate, because he was feeling all fine and everything, then suddenly he's super low, he gets burst down, and that initial opener too from the Invis Rune Underlord, 3-0 Pit of Malice to kick things off there, then chained into the Atos. Makes that a pretty tough fight as everyone respawns. At least they got TP though.
True. That was, I mean, if you don't get that, that's when things start to look really bad. I'm reminded, I don't remember who it was that we were doing an interview with the other day, though, that was like, you know what? The great thing about picking 2 carries is if one dies, you just have another one that takes over. That's kind of what it felt like a little bit with the Ember. It's like, all right, well, if my Terrorblade dies, then I'll be fine to just, like, be stacked up and get the cleanup kills.
It's a good strat.
Very good strat. Where did PuckChamp go from here? I mean, that's a pretty good place to go. Finding these pickoffs in the quarry is nice.
But that ward just outside the sentry too.
Yeah.
Went for the high ground sentries. That's a pretty sneaky observer there. Well done.
Dire are scanning.
Underlord bringing over and finishing the Hood of Defiance now too. So this is just tanky boy.
And
for
yeah, you're
Ghost
seeing
Tech.
Ducalis here too, right? The space they're giving to him
Yeah.
to try and get that Aghanims.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
Only 2,000 gold away. This is actually, I mean, if he can manage to stay a part of a couple more of these fights and be alive through them, this would be huge for the Grim. Ooh, and a Philosopher's Stone. There it is.
Yo, let's go. The Philly.
All right, Krlat just sent it back home. Reported. What the hell?
That isn't reported, honestly. That's
What's going on there?
Radiant are scanning.
Cost, please. You don't need keen optic. You don't need to win fights. Don't be like
Dire's
this.
top tower
Big smoke down bottom. Ducalis breaks it. They catch him, though. Now in some trouble. Charge comes through. Dead at the start. Plenty of time to put the Philly Stone in.
No,
And-
Io took it.
Oh my
gone.
god. Malik gets away afterwards. And Empire. Wait, they're not done.
Radiant's bottom tower
Zipped in with the Ember, but calls off the charge, and Empire keeps this pressure on. I mean, God, Lightless is kind of crazy with this build too. Not even going for like any type of a BKB or anything. Just Sanjin Yasha, and next into Butterfly goes Eagle Song first.
That's a lot of damage. And a lot of stats that this Grimstroke could be punishing. Now
That's
let's
true.
remember here, 80 GPM. He could have had it at 19 minutes. So we'll see when the game deciding fight.
Charge comes
The
through.
ultimate backseating math.
Krlat there. Astro wants to keep him alive.
Nice.
The relocate will be out in time. Now, they do have a TP if they want to come back in with Krlat, but it looks like they're just going to let this IO come back in freely.
Yeah, I think it's too dangerous to contest that, right? They don't have good vision in the area. Storm, of course, has the freedom of movement to punish you in those situations. You don't know which angle he's coming from.
Right. Kills off another illusion there.
Yeah, if I'm Empire right now, I would like to get a fight and then get the Roche. Especially once this butterfly is done, I feel like it'll be a very quick take for Lightless. Get it put on top of my my TB and allow us to really siege some buildings. They have that BKB still waiting to be used on the Ember, but unfortunately, he won't be the only one, as Storm Spirit also has a BKB picked up here too with an Essence Ring. So right now, Young G, very hard to deal with.
Right.
What is their play actually? Like if they Nether Strike him and he's BKB'd, I guess they still have the grip. Yeah.
There's
That
a
should be
couple
all
things.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like it's actually very hard for them to cancel grip if it's not Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
They don't have that like disruptor, like long range glimpse or something.
Ducalis is probably the next best, but if you're showing that Grimstroke that early on, you're likely going to die there too.
Oh, and he changed his mind. He's got the Philosopher's Stone. They've made the call.
Nice.
Excellent. Well done. They're powering towards it. Not only that, but Astral has taken the trusty shovel to dig up some bounty runes
Ooh.
to get him towards the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, that is just so key for this. The BKBs are definitely the thing to me that's going to stand out, right? Because so much of this early momentum that Empire's built up has been off the back of, like, you know, pit into Atos into pit route. And now with that gain taken away for the Storm, and then also likely soon the PA, which I think has the full BKB coming out right now. This is a strong time in here for PuckChamp.
Yeah, they basically have all their big items now at this point. I mean, sure, Mars BKB would be really nice to get as well, but he's not quite there. Crimson Guard is big, that is for sure. For Ghostek, very good for this fight timing right now.
Rooted, Kaori's nearby, and they actually relocate out for that.
Whoa,
this
panic.
is a big opportunity here. Kralat, I mean, they're underneath a ward. Yeah, and now he's just super dead. So Io goes down. Is that enough to let them go into the pit? Dude, I think it is. With Butterfly done for Lightless, they're comfy going in.
That was a very strange relocate. That was really uncomfortable. Because, like, Storm's still at BKB. I guess, like, you don't want to waste that, though. Io does have buyback.
Is this the big brain play? You kill yourself so that way they go Roche, and then you can take the fight. Looking for it, jump forward, arena down, but BKB reaction. Nicely played. Now the jump silence onto Lightless, trying to kill him off in time, but this Butterfly doing good work. Gets the Sunder off. Malik didn't get his BKB in time. It was just delivered, but no win in there at all. Rooted in trouble. Good ink swell. Round 2 of this one, maybe going to be enough. Can Lightless survive and kill off the rest of them? Maybe.
The tether.
Io's back on top. Right click's coming through. Is it enough? They get the finish. And in the end, Lightless lives.
What?
Oh, get a level in Spirits Astral. They needed one more. Oh my God. It wasn't enough.
How did he live?
Damn, dude. They get the triple kill on Ghostek, and just like that, into the pit. What a freaking huge win for Empire.
Oh, man. I mean, I actually agree with taking that fight. A few unfortunate things happened. I think he tried to space the arena so that hopefully the TB would be on the outside and blocked in next to Roche, but Lightless actually got like pushed into the arena. Can you imagine? Like, what if your TB on the other side of the wall standing next to Roche, and you're just like, what do you do as TB? You actually can't do anything the entire fight. So that would have been kind of crazy huge. But he got pulled into the arena, so then they jump onto Lightless, and as you said, he managed to get not even just a defensive Sunder onto one of his allies, which would have been there, BKB or not, but it was best case scenario, he gets the Mars Sunder. So now you're like taking the Mars down as well. Oh my God. And then the living?
Yeah. Well, and I think like that's one of those things too, where I think the BKB had literally just got delivered to the Mars as he was going for the Sunder. It's like, we'll have to watch the replay of that at the end of the game. Oh, let's see if we actually might have it right now. Oh no, this is us. Hi. We're way cooler than that.
True.
But man, oh, that hurts because everybody else had just gotten it. And it's one of those things in Dota, right? Where like, think about just a few extra creeps missed here, there. Or like if you got a pull off, maybe you get it a couple seconds earlier and the whole game looks different. Unreal.
I mean, TB has 5 denies, so that was it. You know,
that's the win.
That's it. Just those 5 denies for maximum value. And teams, we got one ready. We got PuckChamp ready, but soon. Empire were the ones lagging, so guess that doesn't answer our question. We're good. We got the goes, so
we'll back into it.
Right back into it.
Man, right now, what a turn of events, though. They got it, man. Don't worry. What a turn of events, though. And from what we anticipated this series to be, Empire really have stepped up their game throughout the course of the first couple matches this season, are looking really good. It's scary. This region is scary. Nothing is certain.
And Salt in the Wound, he also just killed their bounty rune with his illusion on TB. Very well done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
well played.
After winning that fight. All right, so that was not great for the big fight that we were prepping for a very long time. The BKBs were all used, the 9 seconders, but the timing's still pretty strong. All the spells are back up. Everyone's good to go here. How do you? What is the next engagement for PuckChamp, I guess, is the question. Oh, well, you know what? It's the Aghanims. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's what we're playing Dota for right now. It's Ducalis' Aghanims on the Grimstroke. So,
dude,
go hunt.
Lightless is absolutely out of his mind. He's like, all right, I got my Aegis. Go into Chrysalis. Who needs a BKB? I'm going straight into a Silver Edge on a Terrorblade.
The offensive powerhouse you can go for when you get this Aegis. Now, what ends up happening though is that you somehow die like by surprise. I love I love getting the smoke with the eggs too. He's just like, oh yeah, I don't want him to see this.
Right.
Oh, this ward though. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Dire's top tower
Oh, he walked down.
Can they do
He's
it?
in vision. If they saw it, if they clicked him, they know.
I mean, it feels like there's a pretty good chance that they're aware that this could be coming out soon, but we'll see. Ducalis, they're looking for the fight here now. Jump in, spear back, got him caught.
There
a lot
it
of
is.
damage. Now afterwards, the Inkswell silence onto him. It's a oh, with a nightmare. Lightless, he gets the thunder off. Oh, he did it again. Curry right behind. Makes the play that they needed. Lightless still taking a lot of damage here. Has to be careful, although he does have that Aegis. So they force back the rest of PuckChamp, and they're able to keep this high ground push alive, or rather high ground defense alive.
And he also was just holding meta that whole time. He wanted them to like fully commit for the engagement before popping it.
Right.
Obviously, you have the issue in terms of like the Aegis and everything too, but like, you know, sometimes you just want to pop meta. It's definitely a play, you know, going high ground. You don't want to wait for the Aegis just to burn out.
Right.
Because a lot of the times that happens, then your teammates are all dead, and you don't really want to come back and meta by yourself. You want a fully empowered meta.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, it's
is
fair.
under attack.
It's the way to be. But still only a 3,000 gold lead.
Radiant's middle
And
tower is under
is there
attack.
anything else that we're really getting close to in terms of like item wise? God, this PA is just not been able to keep up and farm with the Terrorblade as you would expect. But it's been tough.
I feel like we should explain this as well. If you're not a Grimstroke player, or maybe you don't play against it a lot, the Dark Portraits, this is the Aghanims for Grimstroke, and what it does
Right.
is you get to make an illusion of an enemy hero. That illusion is spell immune for some reason. It also moves faster than the enemy hero for some reason, although it was nerfed recently. And most importantly, it does 150% outgoing damage. That means it hits harder than the other guy. You know, it's pretty scary stuff. So that's why it's very strong. Particularly the spell immune aspect, but they actually have pretty good ways to get through it. This one between like the Ember and just like the TV itself.
Well, and this is one thing that's a little bit scary, and it's why we're seeing actually Terrorblade go back for the MKB now. Lightless needs to be able to kill this, and the Butterfly ends up hurting Lightless more than it would otherwise, because like you said, since it's BKB'd on the Dark Portrait, there isn't really an easy way for him to kill it reliably unless he gets lucky on the punches.
Radiant's
So
middle tower
I don't know. This is going to end up turning out a little bit funky and weird here. This is a nice combo, or a nice couple of minutes, particularly if PuckChamp can force the fight as this Aegis is expiring.
I will say though, to be fair, he's against the PA, so you know.
Yeah. No, it's true.
I think it's probably okay.
No, it's true. It's just something that's going to make the Dark Portrait a little bit stronger.
Yeah, 100%.
It has to keep that in mind.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, Empire holding the high ground. PuckChamp trying to control whatever areas are available to them.
This looks pretty good for PuckChamp, the way they've been moving around right now, considering the point that Empire are at right now. Like, this Aegis is expiring, and they didn't really get anything other than that one high ground push.
No. Well, and there you go.
Much earlier, well, actually not that much earlier, Gem. A little bit earlier, Gem, this game, coming in from Kaori. So, great choice. I think we all know Vision has been a bit of an issue lately in this series.
Kralat, Malik, they're underneath Vision. They see him. Oh, jump forward. They get the stun right at the start. Kaori has the Nightmare save. They want with a grip on the PA up on the high ground. Good silence afterwards. That gets him away. And now in trouble, dead. As the Aegis expired, Terrorblade is no more. Meanwhile, Ghost Stick tries to get the rest of them out of there. Does manage to pull the rest of the team away. Kaori going to be the one left behind. So a 2 for 3 in the end, but showing the fragility of this Terrorblade.
That was pretty cool. Going for the relocate of the Storm in the back to Orchid onto the Bane. Stop that grip onto the PA and let her get back into the action. I did not catch the Dark Portrait in that one. Did it even get used? Maybe it did like right at the start or something. I guess TB also died pretty fast.
Yeah.
Might not even have gotten popped.
They're not going to catch Ducalis on that round, but Silence comes out afterwards. Storm to turn. Is he in some trouble there, or is he just going to find the finish? Well, SH, second
Phantom.
round now, Silence.
Look
There's
back.
the root, BKB, turn to fight. And now Young G, not a whole heck of a lot left, but look at the jump in from Malik. Finds the kill there, another root, and Firestorm not going to be enough damage to kill off Young G. Dude, Empire getting a little bit frisky here towards the end.
That was
I don't know about this.
the Ember Shard almost getting stormed there, right? With the AoE damage, even though he was dead.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was like starting to burn down to it.
Dude, I can't believe Lightless hasn't gotten a BKB this game.
You know, that Aegis not getting a high ground, you don't get that big golden fusion, so now suddenly he's feeling like, I don't have a single defensive item other than like Butterfly, if you look at it like that. He does have the Paladin Sword for some lifesteal. He's looking towards the Satanic, which, I mean, how good is BKB this game?
Are
Okay,
scanning.
With like the opening that we've been seeing from Mars and Grimstroke over and over again. I mean, that's the other thing is you can't Dark Portrait if you're BKB'd. So we'll see. I mean, if he's able to just get away and start punching people, it's very nice. But time will tell on that one. So
I have to
What
say,
are-
Essence Ring is on my list of the ones I hate. It's too good.
Oh,
man.
yeah?
Essence Ring's insane. This thing needs to get tailored up a little bit here. I feel like you could just remove the mana regen. And it's
Yeah.
still like, you know, and then it's more balanced just because then less heroes can use
Dire's
it
top
comfortably.
tower is under
Right.
attack.
no, it's true. It's definitely one of those items that, you know, hasn't really been touched all that much, and you've got to kind of wonder why.
I mean, it's 31 minutes and Storm's still holding it, you know? That's
Yeah.
that's-
It's true.
Dire's top tower is
All
under
of
attack.
PuckChamp walking together. 30 seconds until Roche is going to respawn. And the smoke up comes.
Dire's
Where are they
top
gonna run
tower
into
is
here?
under attack.
Shishui does have about a 3/4 of the way towards the Aghanim Scepter,
Radiant's bottom
which
tower
obviously
is under
also makes
attack.
a huge opening there for the Ember. And smoke up comes.
it combos so
Young G.
well with the shard he already has too. Like to keep getting those remnants back.
Forces out the BKB. Young G runs away. That's the haste rune reveal.
And that's
Popped.
Roche back right now. They go
Oh my
check,
God.
so no BKB on Storm. That could be something.
Yeah, they're definitely checking.
Oh,
Dude,
was that
they're gonna
instant
get
timing?
it.
All I saw was a 0 for a second on the Roche clock. I just might not have been looking.
Well, it was like a 30-second timer, but they walked in right around the time that it came out, and they're going to be too late on PuckChamp. They give it up. No
I love the
BKB,
meta
no
use.
fight.
I love that so much. Not, you know, not
Yeah.
trying to be like, oh, save in case there's a fight. Just like, no, just go.
Yeah.
Now that the shard's there too.
God, everything falling apart a little bit here for PuckChamp as Empire get the second Roche, and this has been the one that can
Dude,
essentially
Ghost
end
is
the game.
crazy. I can't believe he ran in there for this bounty rune. Everyone's backing away. He's like, no, guys, they took the bottom outpost. This is fine. I really want
it's all
this
good.
one bounty rune.
Where are we at now? Oh, Lightless. The
What are they doing?
guy did the BKB thing.
Oh, who did?
Lightless. Terrorblade.
Oh, he bought one. I see. Sorry, I thought you meant he fat fingered it or something.
No,
I
no,
see.
no.
Okay, I got you.
Ooh, and also
Uh,
going to get the shard. Demon Seal.
Yeah, he was holding that for a while. I wasn't sure if there was like some other plan, but it's Demon Zeal's crazy. I've been seeing it a ton lately. A lot of Terrorblade games, and I feel like most games they pick this up. Sometimes even without the usage of the Roche. Some even like going to buy it when they really need it, just because it does give you quite a bit when you don't have your meta available. And
Right.
he's got lots of lifesteal to sustain it as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that, 16 to 20 and a 6,000 gold lead as Lightless pressuring down bottom, and PuckChamp in the area going to go for the D ward with the Terrorblade illusion. So that stops the hopes that PuckChamp had of trying to take a fight inside that jungle with a little bit of vision. Aghanim Scepter now done with the DD on Shishui. It feels like this is going to be their time.
I'm looking for this Dark Portrait. I still feel like these fights are kind of scary for Empire.
Yeah. It just does so much damage.
What is the... How does Empire start these fights? Who are we trying to target? They have Gem on Malik, so it's hard for the Spearburger to make use of the Invis initiation. They've lost sentries down as well. I'm trying to think, like, how can they blow up the IO? So I
Right.
feel like that's a difficult goal for them right now with how these fights are spaced out.
Breaking some smokes. They get down a ward up on the high ground here, and oh my god, if this is actually just left to be... Oh, they got jump. All right, yeah, Malik comes on in and takes care of business.
I guess the big question will be the BKBs and the Soulbind probably, right?
Yeah.
Like, as long as the Soulbind doesn't connect to you, you can probably just play really aggressive as the Ember. Just gonna jump on in there. It'd be great if TSA could get to the BKB again this game, but obviously it's it's pretty early. He hasn't had as crazy of a game this time. It's not as farmed up, and also doesn't have the Aghanims yet. And you clearly want that a little bit more than BKB generally, so you can get that second charge off in a fight guaranteed.
Yeah, it's I guess a function a little bit of playing with a Terrorblade on your team is the issues with not actually having as much of the farm to give away. But we do have double catapult wave down bottom right now. And Lightless steps up to the plate, speared back onto the tower. Good amount of damage out there, has the Sunder available. Meanwhile, Shui jumps in. Decides I'm just gonna take down Dakalis through a Dark Portrait. You're done, they don't have buyback.
That's what he needs, because that's what I'm talking about. They don't actually have an option other than the Soulbind, so he just goes in solo, and then he's fine. That was such a perfect use of the BKB. Like, I wouldn't have thought he'd have the damage, but because he had the DD, he made it easy.
Yeah, that's huge. And Lightless keeps on taking a ton of damage there, doesn't want to give away. Walks forward with the BKB. Oh, he gets the Sunder off in time, but held up by the IO. Astral backs away afterwards. That's BKB down. A little bit weird. Good arena down, which means Storm is going to die. They can't kill him off. Instead, focusing down this PA, trying to kill him on Lightless, not popping the Metamorphosis. Instead, just turning to fight, taking down Malik one by one by one. They all fall. And Ghostic says, let's get out of here, boys. Oh, wait, but no! They kill a TV! No. They take him down with the Aegis! Oh, can he do it all alone? I don't think so. Already used BKB, and Lightless gets left behind. Ghostic, you've forsaken me.
That's a 1-star. Sorry, bud.
Oh, no.
That's going to hurt the average ratings.
Wow. I mean, does it matter? Kind of.
It's not the worst because you get the buyback in the PA, so we still have like a win condition here, and they're probably going to get tier 2 for free. I don't think they get high ground. Ember might have to buy back. I mean, it's a pretty big loss for sure. Like, considering everything that you gained in that engagement. Also, there was a full grip on Storm Spirit, and he didn't die because they were focusing so hard on trying to kill the PA, which they did, obviously. But
well, I think some of it was the really good placement of the arena. Like, he put it right on top of that Storm. But yeah, that high ground push, it's coming. The armor corruption from the PA. They've got this orb of corrosion. Buildings are falling. Ember's back up in 10, though, and that's enough to scare off PuckChamp.
Yeah, the Glyph's able to just delay it. They were actually slower than I thought getting there, so don't even need the buyback. Perfect situation there for Empire, other than terribly dying. And we have 2.5 minutes until our Roche respawns. And that'll be our Aegis or our Refresher, I believe, right? We're on 3rd, aren't we?
Yeah. Indeed. Smoke
Aegis
up now.
Refresher. I think the Aegis is always there. Last time I checked. Aghanims or Refresher.
I didn't even...
That would be a bamboozle. Hey, wait a second.
What's going on here? Vision down. Lightless to jump in. They catch him. No, nothing. No buyback. 80 seconds.
DD room.
And now Emperor gets stunned as well. Has to pop the BKB. Wanting to do whatever he possibly can. Kills off Dakalis. Now the jump away. They still have this Dark Portrait here.
Sir, why?
I don't know.
Why do I have a butterfly if I just get hit twice for 1,600 damage?
Oh my god. Dude.
Alright, he got hit 5 times. I undersold it a little bit. Yep. That's rough.
They needed to just be a little bit closer to get the Nightmare save off on that one, but doesn't end up happening. Scary times for Empire here, 20 to 24, but it's only a 5k gold lead, and that really doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot if they can win a fight like that.
Stormags is just the greatest. Excellent vision usage there too. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, I like these little sayings on the graves from the PA Arcana. Should have bought more armor. True. On
Nice.
Ghost's grave. Rest for the wicked on Lightless's grave. Oh, cool.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Unintentional Arcana shilling. Hype.
That's amazing.
When's Techie's gonna get that stupid thing that pops up again over the minimap, by the way, Valve?
I don't know what that is.
Does that thing still not work? They just had like the little
I
head popped up and
literally
they
don't
laughed
know what
at
you're
you.
talking about.
Okay, so when the Arcana first dropped for techies, a little techie's head would pop above the minimap and laugh at you when you like died to mines or got hit by mines or something. It was like, you know how the duck hunt dog laughs at you? It was basically that,
Oh, that's great.
but techies.
Was it both of them?
Oh my
in
god!
the
Imagine
cart?
those zoomers in the chat right now. What is a duck hunt?
Yeah, you're done.
That's
You totally told on yourself right there.
whoa.
Trent is old as dirt.
Oh, dude.
Me too.
I remember trying to figure out how far away in the room you could shoot the gun from and still work on the TV. That was technology. Science is amazing, everyone. We have a refresher on a Mars. We have a team fight. We have an Ember jumping in. And
They
he did
found
not
Nicolas.
BKB. He's a bad.
Yet again, trying to kill his own illusion there. Malik. It's an afterwards nightmare. It's off. Wait, no!
Oh,
They jumped on the backlines. He didn't break the nightmare. Oh
The Venn
my
diagram.
God!
They're stuck.
Dead again. They're all gonna get out afterwards, but dude, Lightless needs something. I don't know what it is, but he needs something because he just can't stay alive.
He needs to press BKB.
I think.
The first stun I see on him is Inkswell.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all I see.
Well, he had the nightmare save, but I think that what happened was they didn't take off the nightmare. So he just cast it, and then he was nightmared for a while because Storm jumped the Bane in between
Yeah.
him, like casting it and taking it off.
And then they just got the big Storm grab and just got everyone too.
Yeah. What a huge pickup, this Aghanim Scepter for Storm. Oh, and they've also taken the Overlord or Overload attack bounces too, so just mass out the damage.
He actually just hasn't been able to play Dota. They haven't had a Terrorblade for like 4 minutes now. Is this
He
really how it
tried-
ends? They've just removed him?
I mean, the other thing is, like, look at his levels, you know? With the comeback experience that we've been seeing,
Yeah, true.
it's really a problem. And this is a hero, like, he's behind in levels of the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah,
TSA
he's-
just keeps
he
on
just
pushing up his
died.
waves.
He just dies. He just can't do anything. Oh,
Crazy
man.
stuff.
Okay. He's going to BKB so early, and they're going to get out of this fight. I feel like he's going to, like, panic BKB.
Young G jumps right at the start. Malik gets the blink broken, wants to run in. Lightless ready for round 2 of this. Young G turned upon, tries to get him out. Do they have enough damage? There's the Demon Zeal. The right clicks onto Young G, but nothing yet. SH on the other side, right clicks, kills off Ducalis now, up on the high ground, kills off that Inkswell illusion. Oh, wait a minute. Malik, Hila's left behind and he gets killed.
Oh, the grip! Why does it
Sunder afterwards. Oh, Young G didn't know where he was. Got caught out. And
Where- what?
Ghostic now running them down one by one. Kerlap, BKB's in some trouble, but gets relocated away.
Where was he
Dude.
going?
I don't know. That whole thing was psychotic. That was crazy.
So confusing. Okay, mode always want to fly. He's doing it. He's making always want to fly plays, you know? The
Yeah.
miraculous grips. The Bane God himself. Channeled
18.
into Kaori this game.
Keep an illusion in there. It's back up again in 10 seconds for Empire. They're in the area, and they'll have enough time before Mars is back up. Oh my God, stay in the pit.
Goat's got the Spidey sense. It's tingling.
He's ready. Super ready there. There it is. All right, Roche is up. They're going to push out all these waves, try and deal with them. It's very good. Oh, man. What a wild game again.
How? Okay, Empire are not allowed to win this game, guys. They didn't have a TV. They did not have a position 1. They were essentially down 30,000 gold for 4 minutes. He didn't get to play.
Well, it's got the Aegis now. Ooh, and Refresher.
Oh, Refresher Ember. That is so scary. That's
Has the
so many
cheese.
remnants, dude.
He needs to trade over this gem, although I guess he needs it to kill Ducalis. He's got to find him at the start of these fights. And
I
don't
love
know-
his inventory, by the way. His inventory is just sending me right now. He's got a casual plate mail. He's got a maelstrom in his backpack. He's holding cheese, and now he's switching out his face boost for the Refresher.
This Ember has the... Yeah, that's kind of insane.
This is awesome. This is the greatest. This is the value build. He's gonna throw so many remnants, and then if he gets a kill, they're gonna recharge because of the Fire Remnant Shard, and then he's gonna refresh and get all his charges back.
Mmm.
And then he's gonna cheese when he starts getting low on mana, because that's how they tried to nerf this thing. Because the Scepter no longer reduces the mana cost, but he's
And
like,
then he's
I
got the cheese. It's fine. And building a Refresher next, too. It's just like
Unstoppable.
the casual plate mail that's going to turn into nothing. Also, like what they already have a Shiva's, you know.
It's value, baby.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
All right. Time will tell. We'll see how this goes. And right now, with Aegis in hand for still how long? 3 minutes. They got to get some more of these buildings down here.
All right. Do you think PuckChamp are feeling lucky? They got the basher. I feel like one bash could be it this game. That's how these fights have felt. It's just like one tiny little thing, you know? Waiting for that perfect sunder.
That's all they need. I mean, it's tough to tell. Like, the stun ends up hurting that much more because you've got the Dark Portrait going the entire time as well. Buyback status, how are we looking? They have 4 of them up, everybody except for Storm. So Youngji has to play this so safe.
I just think this fight's really hard actually for Lightless to play too. Between that Aegis, right? That classic sort of catch-22 of just like, how do I play this fight as a transformation hero with Aegis? Because he has a BKB, he has the meta, he's gonna have his you know, he doesn't have the refresher here, and I do think it's more valuable on the Ember, but I can see the big concern because like, when do you actually pop BKBs Lightless?
Right.
You know, because I feel like there's a real chance his first life just goes away from double arena.
Yeah.
It's 7 seconds, guys. It's a long time.
And he's still like, he's very fragile, you know. 2,500 gold or 2,500 health rather on Lightless. Like, it's not impossible to blow him up in the duration of it. Does have that Satanic, which could swap in, and that would make a pretty big difference as well. But you can see that Lightless keeping the BKB right now. I want to see when they eventually do go high ground, what the call's going to be at that point, you know? Do you put in the Satanic
when
at that
do they
stage?
go high ground? Do they only
Yeah,
have 2 minutes
exactly,
left
that
on
too.
this Aegis?
It's true. Yeah, I wonder if they're even going to. I feel like they've got to, though. Surely. Maybe not. TSA is still farming up the jungle over here. They're just trying to farm the whole map, it looks like.
I've been learning how to play RTSs lately, so I feel like this is, I know this. This is the, like, pushing's just bad, you know?
Oh, okay.
That applies to Dota for sure. Like, why not? Your economy's way better than theirs. They don't have any villagers out right now, you know? Everyone's just garrisoned inside the base. So I'm just going to farm it. Oh, that's a spear.
A quick jump. Lots of damage out onto TB. Aegis down 1 time. That is the answer to that one. And he's already used Metamorphosis. Meanwhile,
trying
they
to do it
find
again.
Ember, runs up it afterwards. Leashed up. Need to pass over 1 if they want it. Now Ghostic trying to get him out of there, but Ember goes down. Managed to pull the rest of them away. But yeah, pushing is bad, Trent.
Pushing bad. What was so sick by the play by Malik was that he started that whole fight off with just a spear, and he wasn't forced to burn the arena. And then in the end, they don't use either arena. He's still holding the first as well as the refresher right now. So they have a great tool going out. Shui tried to do the same thing again there on the Ember, where he jumped in onto the Grim, trying to burst him down. But he threw out the Dark Portrait. He did eventually kill him, but he eventually just, you know, buys back. So now they're pushing back out. And now Ember is dead for 70. Probably going to force the buyback. He does have a Remnant still lurking up top, which is actually helping to push these waves a little bit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Killing the creeps.
Force the buyback, though. Lightless. He's still alive. Turns now.
Oh, the
but
blink
the
out.
jump away. Managed to get him. TSA on the job. Finds their man. Meanwhile, Astro caught in the pit. Going to fall. Youngji wanting to make something happen. But look at the pull-in on everybody. Oh, my God. Do they have enough damage? Empire falling. Empire. They're dead on the Ember. And now turn to Ghostic. He's also going to die. What a pull. Youngji with the ultra kill. Makes it all work beautifully.
That Agnes, man. It's just so strong when you find the moment. Storm's own personal black hole coming out there. Gained 2,500 gold in that fight, by the way, with that ultra killed. So Youngji even more massive than before. Couldn't get the refresher for the double. He could just send the curry for it right now.
Oh, man. 90 seconds with no Ember. I mean, there's some calls for the tier 4s. PA's
There's
thinking
a grip.
about it.
There's a grip here.
Nightmare into grip, but Storm, I mean, he's going to be able to break it as well. They need to control all of these heroes. BKBs, they're all in line, except for Storm. Storm doesn't have a BKB. I don't know, though.
Just lurking with this Shadow Amulet.
They need more time. They don't have enough. I don't know if they can stop this. Crimson Guard, they use the glyph. Everything now, the turn, trying to blow up 1 PA, it's not going to happen. The silence comes out, but Bane's still alive. This is about the best you can hope for at this point for Empire. But Nightmare save, broken, turn away, but they got him dead. No buyback, 2 minutes, somehow, some way, PuckChamp managed to come away with this one and sneak a win as they turn onto the Terrorblade one last time. Lightless is going to fall as they all bring, well, maybe, just hit the buildings, God knows what's up. You're not gonna kill the TV, but you can hit the throne. Oh my God, how did they win that game?
It's a good day. This is a good day.
How?
We got a
How
game
has this
3.
happened?
We got a bit of a crazy ending to this one as Empire struggle to figure out how to close this one. I will say one thing. I think PuckChamp bought like every right item. I'm just like thinking through every time I watch them queue something. I'm like, oh, that's so good. It's like, oh, that refresher right there is perfect. Or like this Aghanim's on the Storm Spear coming out later. That Basher, the perfect time for Krylab to really secure some of those because like they found what Empire were doing and then went for the items that pressured those options, right? Like the Ember just jumping through to try and kill the Grimstroke. That becomes very difficult to do without having the safety of your BKB because of the Basher there. So just really well adaptations being performed here by PuckChamp as they push us to the game 3. And, you know, it was probably the fact that all 5 of them had shards. That was probably the key. Only 4 heroes with a shard on Empire there as Bane didn't have it. So.
Got to step your game up, Mr. Bane. But for now, at least, we're going to head on back to a quick break. Let the panel break down all that madness. Make sure they check out the graph at the end of the game because it is absolute insanity. But for now, to a quick break, and we'll see y'all afterwards.